Hi, good morning, my dear friends. I welcome back. I welcome all of you back to my channel. And I feel all of you are doing well at your homes. So let me bring your attention to another interesting topic from psychology. And when you hear from psychology, then don't worry, it's not a difficult topic. Sometimes you may feel that when you hear it's from psychology, there is something unfamiliar for you. Don't worry, this is not unfamiliar for you, but this is so familiar to you. The topic is concept formation. You might have heard this term concept several times in your life. Sometimes you yourselves might have used this term for 1001 times. Just like you might have told, I have got the concept, I have got that concept, I have got this concept, I have got this concept on that. But have you ever thought for a single minute what a concept is? So let me bring your attention to different aspects of concept. What does it mean? What is the definition you can give to concept? What is the process of concept formation, and what are the different steps included in the concept of in the process of concept formation? So first of all, we have to define a concept. What is a concept? If you tell Hatip is an individual, or he is an individual, if you tell Dr. Ashraf TP, again an individual, if you tell Dr. Faisal, then again an individual. But if you tell men or man, it's a concept. If you tell Dr. Kabina, it's an individual. If you tell Dr. Baby Pushpalada, she is an individual. If you tell Mrs. Ministry Taragan, again an individual. If you tell Dr. Tanuja, again an individual. But if you tell women, it's a concept. If you tell human beings, again a concept. So how can you define concept? Any one of you? Please give me a definition. Yes, you can give me the definition. Yes, it's right. It's right. It is the definition. A concept is the term used for a category which includes some objects or some people or some items which have got some common elements. A concept is a term or a collective term which is used for denoting a group of items which have got common elements. So this is concept. Then what is concept formation? Very simple. Very simple. Concept formation is the process of creating some concepts in our mind, or the ability to make concepts in our mind. And this is something important in the case of education. So what is concept formation? Concept formation is the process of including different items in a category. Or concept formation is creating a category of a group of items which have got common elements, though there are some dissimilarities, but they have got some common elements, and this is concept formation. If you are able to recognize an individual, Hatip, then you haven't got the concept of man. If you are able to recognize Hatip as a man, then you have got a concept. So here you may be able to realize, the children may be able to realize their mothers. My mother. Then, if the child is not able to realize the mother as a group, then he or she hasn't got the concept. So an individual lady is an individual item. Then when a person is able to realize mother as a collective term, which has got some women who have got similar elements. So this is concept formation, the process of creating some categories on the basis of some common elements in different objects. So what are the different steps in concept formation? It's a process, I told, and it has got different steps. There are four major steps. There are four major steps in the process of concept formation, and they are sensation, perception, abstraction, and generalization. And you might have heard about sensation and perception. What is sensation? What is perception? What is abstraction? And what is generalization? Let's have a look. Sensation. We know that we have got five senses. And sensation is the process in which one of our sense organs contacts with some objects. For example, when you see a person, your sense organ called sight contacts with an object. When you hear a sound or when you listen to a sound, then your sense organ contacts with an object. So this is sensation. Sensation means the experience which one gets, or the process of the contact between one of our sense organs with an object. Then what is perception? Perception is the interpretation done by our brain when one of our sense organs contacts with an object. For example, if you see a man, then your brain tells you he is a tall man. And this interpretation and this message given by your brain is called perception. A perception is the interpretation done by one's brain when one of the sense organs contacts with an object. Now, what is abstraction? And this is something important in the case of concept formation. I have told you that concept formation is the process of creating a category or a group of items under an umbrella term by looking at the common elements in these objects. So, abstraction is the process of collecting the common elements into items. And this is something important in the case of concept formation. For example, you happen to see a man. You happen to see a man. And then you happen to see a woman. And you notice some common elements. You notice some common elements. Both of them have 2 feet. Both of them have 2 legs. Both of them have 2 hands. Both of them have a particular shape. And on the basis of these common elements, you create a concept, human being. And this finding out the common elements in two individual items is known as abstraction. See, when you see an animal and when you see a human being, then you realize some common elements are there. Both these items are moving. Both these items are showing the signs of living. Both these items have got some similarities, though there are dissimilarities. Then you just create a concept called living being. So this process, this step is known as abstraction. Then what is the last step? Generalization. And generalization is something vital. After finding out some common elements in two different items or three different items, then you look at the term, the collective term. Here it is human being, an example. And you see that all the human beings are with two legs, two hands, with some particular shape. Then you generalize these items, then you will be able to include another person, maybe a man or woman or a transgender, to include in this concept called human being. And this generalization is important. If you are not able to generalize the things, then it will be difficult for you to include another item which also has got some common elements with the two items which you have already seen.